Hello guys and welcome to Massive. Today we have a bit of news on Tom Clancy's The Division, which if you remember was announced during Ubisoft's E3 press conference. And like this video if you enjoy. Don't forget to like, it helps more people know about this game, it helps it get out there, and it looks fantastic. But anyway, the news we've got is a question and answer session. So I'll just be reading most of this verbatim. Question. The Division is based upon Operation Dark Winter. Will we see the 5 days leading up to the collapse of the US, or will we only be playing through the aftermath? Answer. There's a reason why we picked 22 days later. We wanted some time to have passed for a few reasons. Firstly, we wanted to give enough time for factions to form and people to start to group together. We also wanted to ensure that there's a rich world for players to enter into, a world that is already full of content and context. So when they start playing the game, they don't quite have the full story. They have to explore, uncover, and get immersed in the world in order to really progress. Question. In what year will the Division be set? Answer. We don't specify a year. The setting is in the near future. It's a Clancy game, so it's definitely grounded in reality. But we're using all the wiggle room we can in order to create the world we want. Question. We know it's set in Manhattan, but will we have the chance to explore some territories outside of the New York area? Answer. Absolutely. Exploration is key to the game. The majority does take place in Manhattan, but yes, you will be able to explore other areas in the game. Question. Will there be serious decisions that will change the overall storyline? And will there be side quests? Answer. The content is emergent, and at the heart of the game, it is about the player's choice. The stories behind how each player develops and grows will always be different, which makes this unique, quite unique. The storyline is the storyline, but how you unravel it and how you get there is really up to you. A lot of what we're trying to do with the demo was hint at the idea of discovery. It's hugely important to the game. We will probably never reveal in full how the game works before we release it, because really at the core of the game is the idea of discovery and exploration. Now, personally, this is me talking, personally I kind of worry about that with replayability. But I guess you could say the same with Mass Effect. It was all about exploring, discovery, and exploration. You know, that stuff I repeated myself, but anyway. And I could replay Mass Effect with no problem, so that may be the same with The Division, but in any case. Question. Will PvP be included in the storyline? Answer. Yes! Unfortunately, we can't get into too many details yet, other than to say PvP is incredibly important to the game. We were asked how we wanted to do it, and we realized that separating it out as a multiplayer wouldn't make sense. We looked at a range of different games and then decided we wanted to keep it ambiguous. We wanted to integrate it into the storyline and add an element of mystery, so you don't know who is a friend and who is an enemy. To be honest, it's the thing I'm most excited about for the game. Will the shooting and combat system be focused on RPG skills like skill, damage, and statistics and critical hits, or will it be more traditional, tactical, skill-based shooter? Answer. We are an RPG first and foremost, so the emphasis for the game is definitely on skill and talent, synergies along with your weapon characteristics. We are a Clancy game. We are also an open world game, but really we're an RPG first. Gear will be important. Levels will be important. Modifications to weapons will be important. Everything that makes a fantastic RPG will be important to the game. Question. What impact will the actions of the player will have on the game? For example, during the gameplay video you showed us at E3, the players cleared the police station from hostile NPCs. What will happen to this station afterward? Will there be new mission opportunities that unfold from there? Answer. To answer simply, yes. Your actions as a player are very important. The game world will change depending on your actions or inactions. I'll try to give you a little more than I did at E3. We're fixing New York. The whole quest or overarching objective of the Division is to get the grid back online and functioning. By grid, we mean water, power, sewage, sanitation, etc. Your actions will change the face of your New York. Question. What kind of loot can we expect to see, and how does it affect the skills of the player character? Answer. The short answer is that I believe in loot-based RPGs. Fuck yeah, Borderlands. I think they're fantastic, and loot will be hugely important in The Division. You'll have a range of items from gear to weapons, each of which will have various mods and things that we'll get into later on. However, we don't want this to become one of those loot-based RPGs where it's all about gear and there's this ridiculous gap between old and new players. If I've just started playing the game, but my friends have been playing for a few months, we want those guys to be able to play together. It's a tricky balance, and one that we want to try to solve. Personally, this is myself speaking, I fucking love that, because I can't get into a lot of RPG games, online RPG games, because those people are fucking way ahead of me, and it's just a bitch to try to catch up to them, and then I get discouraged and I want to quit. A lot of people feel that way too, so if they can solve that, that would be fantastic. Question. Will we see content in the game that will require you to group up with more than 4 players? Answer. For retention and the end game, group plus content will be really important. I can tell you that there will be multi-group content. I can't get into it too much, but I can say there will be at least 8-player content. Question. Can we customize our weapons? Answer. Yes, absolutely. Weapons are very important to the game, and depending on the type, there will be a range of different customizations and modifications, that you can do. We'll get into that a little more soon. Question. Will the companion app be exclusive to tablets, or will it work for smartphones as well? Answer. We're shooting for all the major mobile OS for release, including both phones and tablets, so Android, iOS, and Windows in terms of tablets were compared to smartphones. There might be a slight difference between the screen type and quality, but overall it will be exactly the same, experience-wise. Question. Are we able to customize or upgrade the drone? Answer. Absolutely. At the moment, we only have one in development, but this is going to increase as we continue to develop the game. It will also depend on what type of drone you want to be. Customization and socialization of the drone are really key elements of the companion app, so yes, these will definitely be available. Question. Do dogs have any significance in the game? Answer. Well, it's the next gen, so obviously it's gotta have dogs. No, dogs won't have any special significance other than the fact that New York has over 300,000 dogs living in the city. So imagine if they were all let loose at once. You may encounter some particularly nasty ones, but no, they don't play a significant role. I must say I'm a little disappointed that fish don't move, but whatever. Question. Final question. What are the primary changes and challenges faced in developing for next-gen consoles? Answer. For me, I would say making sure you set the scope of the game correctly. It has to be big, but also possible. And that's a fine line to walk. Recently, we announced the game for PC, so really, the way we look at it now is we have 3 games. We have an Xbox One, PS4, and PC game, each one of which we're developing for. We can't just port to PC. Yes, thank you developers, that is fantastic. It's not going to be just another PC port. Anyway, continuing answer. We are building all of these games simultaneously, and it's a huge undertaking, but having said that, we have a fantastic team at Massive, and we'll be working with some other studios at Ubisoft to get the job done. Oh, that's... The developer of the industry is Ubisoft Massive. Anyway, that's the end of the question and answer section. That answered a lot of my questions, but still not all of them. Of course it won't, this is very early in the development cycle. In any case, it's looking to be released in the year 2014, quarter 4, so at the end of 2014. In any case, thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to press that like button and subscribe for more news on The Division and more gameplay walkthroughs, gameplay reviews, all kinds of stuff, especially for the new consoles, PS4, Xbox One, etc. But yeah, subscribe and like for more. We'll see you again next time. Take care.